everyone, and welcome back to another spooky Saturday video leading up to Halloween, because it is already Halloween in my head. Like, I've already decorated my house, I've already decorated my desk at work. It's Halloween to me. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a short video because today is my birthday. So I still wanted to film for you guys, but I want to do something still fun, but maybe a little shorter. By the way, are we liking our skeleton guy? I want to kind of change maybe the background each time I do a video, but I don't know. I kind of thought it was cool right there. And I also changed my cat ears too. So, you know, we're just changing everything. So today's video is going to be the fan theories on how all the Nightmare Before Christmas characters died. I found this so interesting because it just makes the movie feel like, I don't know, like more magical or more real or something like that. So I was like, I have to do this video. It's like I said, it won't be a long video, but I still thought that this was really interesting and would be so much fun for Spooky Saturday. So let's get into it. So we are gonna start with Mr. Jack Skellington, our main character. And this one, one of the main characters. I guess you could say there's several main characters, depending on how you look at it. Anyway, so in the beginning of the movie, Jack is presented as the Pumpkin King when they're all singing their song. He has a torch, lights himself up in flames, and then he goes into this like goo stuff, right? And then he comes out and he's all bone. So it is said that he was burned alive and that's how he died. Apparently, I never knew this, but when you get burned alive, apparently your sounds like so disgusting, but your flesh and like your muscle and all that like falls off and you're just bones. Like, that's all you are. And I think it definitely makes sense because, like I said in the very beginning, Jack had like lit himself on fire and and then he's all bone. So definitely think this one makes a lot of sense. Our next character we're going to talk about is Sally. She is like seriously my least favorite character. I know, I'm sorry if you like her. Like, she saves the day, but I just don't like her. Like, I don't know why. I just don't. But you know, Sally, it's pretty cool that she can like just like unstitch her arms, you know, or like hands or legs. So it is said that she has died of dismemberment. Now there's two theories. One, that she was just dismembered. And then another theory says that she was a witch and that's why she was dismembered. She does have a line in the movie that says, I had a vision. She, knows, it seems like herbs really well, like a witch would, and she definitely knows like how to poison the doctor quite a few times. So I feel like maybe she was found out that she was a witch and then she got dismembered. I think that one would make the most sense. But yeah, I definitely think Sally's dismembered. Like I said, if you have anything else, you can always comment down below of what your theory is. But I definitely think maybe she was a witch back in the day. Dr. Finkelstein is our next character, and it is said that he was poisoned. And this is why his head always hurts anytime Sally poisons him. And if you're already dead, you're not gonna die of poison, right? Because anytime she poisons him, nothing ever happens to him. He's just like, oh, my head really hurts. So it's true, if you're already dead, poison's not gonna do anything to you. But I definitely think it makes the most sense because he, you know, is really like skeptical of Sally and like, did you poison this? And then like, you know, being kind of cautious. So I feel like that one's pretty set in stone. So the next character I have is the mayor. And all I could find was that he just died of a broken neck. He broke his neck. There was no like story like how these other characters are like, maybe he did it this way or that's how they did. Like, there's literally nothing. Literally nothing. It just says he broke his neck. So I don't know. Maybe we can come up with like some cool story or some cool theory. I read that maybe he had bipolar disorder, but I was like, how does that tie into him breaking his neck? It doesn't really. But you know. So that one's pretty short, pretty simple. So moving on. Right, so moving on to Locke. It is said that he was frozen, and that's how he died. His lips are blue, and apparently, and his skin is like really pale. And apparently, you know, when you are frozen, your lips will turn a different color. Your skin's gonna get really pale. And he's dressed like a devil because he wants to feel warmth. And I was like, that's pretty clever. You know, I didn't think about it like that. But yeah, I definitely think that is a possibility. It could have been because he is a child. So maybe he was going out skiing with his family and they got into a really bad situation, or he got lost and they couldn't find him and he got frozen. I don't know, but I like to think of like all these theories like that because I definitely think that is a really strong theory. However, I also feel like Shock and Beryl also have blue lips. So I don't know. I just feel like they also have blue lips. So, you know, I feel like they all have pale skin and all have blue is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. I did like this theory a lot. Moving on to one of my favorite characters, Shock. I have two favorite characters in Night Before Christmas, and we're going to get to the other one. But Shock, I love her. So it is said that she died from suicide. And it's not impossible for children to commit suicide. Because how old do you think? She's probably like, 6, 8, like around that age. It is not impossible for that to happen. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. The theory I kind of came up with on my own was that she's dressed as a witch, right? And maybe it was during the Salem witch trials and she didn't want someone else to kill her. She would rather take her own life than have someone else murder her. I know that's like really complex thinking for a child, but it's probable, you know, maybe her parents died and she was left alone and she was sad and decided to take her own life, you know? I don't know. Moving on to our next character is Beryl, and it is said that he died from drowning. And it said that, you know, when you drown, your hair can kind of turn into like a seaweed texture and your lips can turn a different color, which Beryl has both of those. I think it's very possible. I think that's really possible, you know, for a child to drown because, you know, you do hear about like stories where children, you know, accidentally fall in the pool and their parents aren't home and they drown. So I think it's very probable for a child to die from drowning. Our next character is literally one of my least favorite characters, and that is Oogie Boogie. I know, I'm sorry. I'm ruining all the good characters, all the characters that everybody likes. I'm like, I just don't like them. But Oogie Boogie is burlap, right? And he's got like insects and bugs all in him. So it is said that he was skinned alive and possibly left in the ground, like to die, I guess. And then like bugs like all like got inside his mouth and stuff. But he also seems to love to gamble. So it is also said that maybe he was skinned alive because he was in a mob and he was with the wrong people. And so they skinned him alive, and maybe they just buried him in the ground to get rid of his body. And then that's how the bugs, you know, I think that is probable. I just don't like Oogie Boogie. Anytime he comes on, I'm just like, I just really don't like Oogie Boogie. But anyway, I think that is a very probable cause because he's not like a good guy. You know what I mean? He's not like the hero of The Nightmare Before Christmas by all means. So I think that is very possible that he got involved with the wrong people and then got skinned alive. And then they were like, well, we got to get rid of his body somehow. Let's just put him in the ground. So I definitely agree with this fan theory about Oogie Boogie. Our last character is my second favorite character, maybe my first, I don't know. Zero. I love Zero. I always love the dogs of movies. I don't know why. Like Frankenweenie, like I love Sparky. He's my favorite. Anyway, so Zero. It is said that he died from electrocution, which picturing someone electrocuting a dog is awful. So I'm gonna go with the theory that maybe he was chewing a wire, or maybe something happened. I don't know. I don't want to picture someone electrocuting an animal because that's awful. But it is said he is electrocuted because when you are electrocuted, smoke does leave the body, and Zero's body really does resemble smoke. His nose is also a pumpkin that kind of looks like a light bulb. So it is also said that like maybe this is like the electricity that is going through his body. I don't know how much I believe that, but it does look like a light bulb. So maybe that's like another nod towards the electrocution. But I also read maybe he died in a fire with Jack as well. And maybe, I don't know, I guess that's why he smoked too. I don't know. But I kind of believe more of the electrocution thing. And then maybe in the afterlife, he became Jack's dog. There's a theory about The Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Frankenweenie that it's Jack and Zero, like they're all the same characters, like throughout the entire thing. I could do that theory if you guys want me to. But anyway, these are all the characters that I have that I could really find. I know there's still a lot more characters, so I wouldn't mind doing like a part 2 of this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's really short, but I thought it would still be fun for Spooky Saturday. If you have any recommendations, I'm thinking about doing maybe like the Salem Witch Trials or the Black Death, like, you know, something kind of cool. So just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!